Hi, it's Thursday, the 29th of August, and we're going to look at the astrology for today. So I'm going to share as I normally do, so you can see a map of the heavens at the current time. So we have got the sun in Virgo. There's the sun and there's the Virgo symbol, and it's at 6 degrees. So what's moved since yesterday? Well, Venus has now moved into Libra. It's still opposite Neptune, so we've still got that hazy, dreamy, transitory, illusional effect that Neptune gives planets when it gets into contact with them. But I just wanted to make a few comments about the difference between Venus in Libra, a sign which in traditional astrology it rules, and Venus in Taurus, which is another zodiac sign which Venus rules. And I think that is the real ruler for that sign. Okay, so let's just stop this share for a moment. So what is the difference? If Venus is in Libra, how is it different to Venus in Taurus? I think it's very interesting to note the difference here really belongs to the elements, because a Venus in Taurus, so Venus is an Earth planet, and when it's in Taurus, it's in an Earth sign. And I think, would you believe that brings the whole thing closer to Earth? It's more earthy. We're down in the valleys now, not up in the sky. It's very much to do with the surface of the planet Earth and then the soil Earth of planet Earth. It's very much to do with that soil and with the growth, vegetation, the moistness, the richness, and also to do with things that we can touch and taste and feel, because Earth is all about the senses and what the senses can touch and taste and feel. Okay, now let's just take Venus going into Libra. And the difference is the fact that we are in an air sign. So we're in a masculine sign. So it's not about going down to Earth. It's about moving up to the heavens. There's the first thing. And it's also about aesthetics, or things looking um, more beautiful than Taurus's feeling more beautiful. The senses of Taurus admire beauty as a touch, taste, smell thing. Libra admires beauty as an aesthetic, something it can look at. Let's take an example. Right. Taurus will admire and feel attraction to the roots and the nature of a plant, right? So it's the whole plant. It's walking through a lush forest, and everything growing. It's the actual growing, and the whole atmosphere, that dank atmosphere. Libra is not so much enamored by such things, nature. What Libra admires is the flowers. And so with Libra, it's the color of the flowers and cut flowers, if you like. Taurus would rather have the plant. Libra would rather have the cut flowers because they're less messy. And also, you can get cut flowers to match the color of your dining room or the color of your kitchen. Taurus is, well, yeah, okay, the color. But what Taurus says, no, I'd rather have a plant which is growing in my kitchen. It's the aesthetics. I think I've sort of like given you a good example there. Libra would like to look at paintings, for instance, and look at the balance and the composition. Libra notices things like that. Taurus, yeah, paintings, great. Yeah, that's nice. But Taurus is more attracted to something earthier about that painting. Okay, so how does Venus in Libra get on? What does it imply about the collective atmosphere, that the focus of what we find attractive, what magnetizes us, what makes us feel in tune with harmony, with nature, with surroundings, and where do we want to put our attraction or put our attention into something attractive? I think it has to be internal decoration. If there's an opportunity for people to get decorating, I think it happens when Venus moves into Libra. Libra is very much about decorating. You find a lot of interior decorators have a lot of Libran qualities, or florists have Libran qualities. It's the cut flowers, the color, matching the colors, making a bouquet. It's not Taurus that makes a bouquet or a wreath, it's Libra. So I think people will naturally be wanting to do that kind of thing, so decorate the house. I think there's also a need to buy new clothes. Libra definitely has an eye for fashion, for the right clothes, for the right occasion, matching clothes, etc. And I think Venus in Libra also sees romantic opportunities. Because Libra is all about relating, not the emotional content of relating, but the social content of relating, the world of two, as in socially. Because Libra is all about that, we put that magnetic attractor of Venus into that zodiac sign, and we get an interest in becoming part of the world of two and less interest in being part of the world of one, which is the Aries thing, opposite to Libra. So I think, yes, relationship opportunities. So I think getting online, dating sites, this kind of thing, I think that's a natural for Libra. It's an air sign. Air connects in that way through the internet. So I think that's another opportunity that comes up for people. I'm just going to put the share on again because I need to look back at the chart before I can keep talking about it. Oh, there we are. Suddenly I can read. Okay. Oh, yes, right. The other thing that is making a relationship more attractive, more appealing at the moment is the fact that Juno is also in Libra. I see Juno as the real ruler of Libra, but there is no problem with having Venus and Juno together in Libra, because that sort of like seals it. And obviously Venus will move up to Juno, and I think that really truly brings relationship opportunities or meeting opportunities, liaison opportunities, attraction opportunities. So I think that's in our sights. The other thing that I wanted to just notice was this moon. The moon is collapsing towards the sun, getting closer and closer. Every day it's another 12 degrees closer. And so I think it's around the 2nd of September. Yes, it's depending where you are, depending if you're over in the States or in the UK, Europe. It's around the 2nd of September anyway. And the moon gets in front of the sun, not totally in front. We've not got an eclipse, but in line with the sun from our perspective. The ancient Egyptians actually counted the beginning of a season or a period by when the first crescent moon can be seen. So when the moon has passed the sun, and in the evening, just as the sun has set, you can see a crescent moon. Sorry, it'll be the other way, that way. A crescent moon just low on the horizon, ready to set. that's when they would consider it was the start or the beginning of a new season or period of time. And I think that's actually a great way to look at it, because from that first crescent that you see, just stopping the share again. So from that first crescent that you see, every day, then you can see the moon growing, getting bigger. If you look at it every night at the same time, the moon will always be a little further to the left when you first see it, as it moves away from the sun. And it's gaining ground towards the full moon. The crescent moon, I think, has a lot of spiritual importance. I think the ancients had it right. I think it's absolutely a time for festival or some kind of accolade, some kind of acknowledgement. And yeah, so just have that in mind, that when we see that crescent moon, which will be a day or two after the new moon, depending on the time of year or month, position on the planet's Earth, etc. So it's a day or two after. When you see that crescent moon, that is a very, very important time. So I think we'd best look out for that in future. Anyway, so there we go. Lots to think about. Venus moving in Libra, and think about yourself. Actually, Venus is about self-esteem. It is about self-love as much as it is about romantic love. Not that I think Venus takes a huge amount of the representation of romantic love. I think that Juno really is the symbol for that. Venus is so much more about other things, which I've spoken about in the past. But anyway, so I think the whole point is that self-love, self-awareness, self-commitment, etc. I think all that needs attention before you put yourself out there and say, well, look, is there anybody there good enough for me? And if there is, I'll consider you. Let's see. So I think that's yeah, it's a great time to get into that again if you've been out of it for a while. And if you meet somebody, don't forget to have a reading with me. I do synastry, which means taking the chart of the beloved and your own chart and mixing them together in 3 different ways, so that you can get a reading about how compatible you are, and where there are issues that could cause some little bumps in the road, how to deal with those issues to get the best out of them. What I can't do is predict whether or not the relationship will last forever. Nobody can predict that, right? If they say they can, I'm sorry, they can't. Refer them to me and I'll have a discussion with them. It's not about that. What it can, I mean, I could look at my chart with Michael Jackson, right? And I could say, oh, look at this, we get on really well. And it has the potential to last forever because we get on so well. Well, first of all, he's dead. Secondly, he lived in America and he was a pop star, and my chances of meeting him were very slim. So it's not about that. It's saying if you are together, then this is the result of this melting of 2 world of ones into a world of 2. A description of it, its weaknesses, its strengths, how to overcome its problems, how to make the best of its talents. It's that world of 2 that I can describe, but you have to get into it and out of it with free will. No astrology can predict that. So there we are. Let's see. Here endeth my sermon. And I will speak to you tomorrow, no doubt. It was lovely to talk to you. And like I say, don't forget about the readings, because I think it's very useful to have that kind of thing, so that, you know, the choices we made in our youth perhaps weren't the best ones. Well, if they were, then you wouldn't be looking for another one now, would you? I think I'll shut up now. Okay.